First yellow of the evening. Drive towards goal to the far post, and it'll go harmlessly out over the end line. Can't tell you I'm 100% certain of that, but I believe Pablo Arias was the recipient of the yellow card. The second time he had a fairly heavy collision on a counterattack by the United. The referee had spoken to him earlier in the half, did not issue a yellow then, but came out the second time. 36th minute now. Still 1-0 Tropics. Monolaris looking for some help. Plays it forward. Here's a chase for the ball as Constant was almost in alone, just a step behind, and he has remained down on the far sideline after that chase. So we'll see if Constant is okay or not. Always worry on a field like tonight, as we said, the rain has been falling steadily for a couple of hours here now. Not a heavy rain, but certainly enough of a rain, and the field surface is very slick. No ponding or standing water out here, but certainly very easy to stretch a leg the wrong way or twist the leg the wrong way. And already seen Garrettson Crane go down with an injury, so we'll see who might get the call now for the Tropics if Constant is unable to go. Antonio Manfoot is one of the forwards that would still be available. But first things first, we'll see if Constant is able to continue up on his feet now and flexing that left leg or knee a little bit, but he's moving fairly well. So we'll see if he will be able to continue. For the time being, the Tropics, I don't believe, have substituted yet. 1-0 Florida here, 38th minute. Only goal of the game coming fairly early on in that goal area scrum on the corner kick. So we don't have the official goal score yet. We'll confirm that for you at half. Takedown on the far side, and another Tropic player injured or shaken up at least a little bit. That's Duque. He will get back to his pins. Looks like Victor Pereira will switch sides of the field and take this restart kick. Puts it in the box, but headed out of there by Winter Haven. Mills tried to keep it alive, but knocks it over the end line instead, actually. Heads up played by the Winter Haven goalie to let it go. But the Tropics get possession right back, and Guillerme will push forward now. Victor Ferris looks for a little space, gives it back to Guillerme. Guillerme with a cross in front. There's a settle, a shot, and that one is blocked. Mills just maybe a half second too long to get that one settled and unable to get a clean shot away. Foul against the Tropics as Mien is taken down. Mien, as mentioned, was part of that first ever high school state championship in soccer for Auburndale. Their first of 3 for the Bloodhounds, just down the road here from the Lake Myrtle Sports Complex. Can't remember, I knew last year when he played for the Tropics, and get a second, I may have to look it up, how many goals he had for Auburndale in his 3 years. It was over 100, I know that. It was an impressive total, and very, very nice young man to boot. All right, we have a moment. I'd like to thank the Tropics sponsors tonight. As always, Tropics Soccer is presented by Bond Clinic, over 70 years now in service here in Polk County. Most recently opening their new Lakeland campus on Edgewood Drive. Whistle and a foul as Duque was taken down. Sports rehabilitation and more available at the Edgewood Drive location of Bond Clinic. Also, of course, Capelli Sport, the official outfitter of the Tropics. Special thanks to Stumpy's Marketing and Dixie Signs as well. All part of the Tropics sponsor bandwagon here in 2020. Duque trying to keep up with Mien, who's got very good speed. He's in his young 30s, but still very speedy in bursts and very dangerous. I'm sure the young guys on the United have learned plenty as the flag is up on the offsides call against Florida. Not a big goal scorer. He certainly wasn't last year for the Tropics, but was always a threat and certainly created a lot of scoring opportunities that the Tropics eventually would cash in with his speed being the biggest factor in creating those chances. Duque, and he's taken down hard, and there's a yellow. I don't know what Mien is so upset about. That is a clear yellow, as Duque was almost blindsided. Don't want to see things get very chippy. That's always a danger when you talk about a rivalry game, even though these two teams have never played each other, but separated by just 10 miles and the bragging rights of Polk County on the line. But that certainly was, from our vantage point, a very clear yellow card. Guillerme with it. Ferris little dummy ball through to Mills, nicely done. Mills gets it to Ferreras. Ferreras still on his feet in the box, crosses in the middle. There's a chance on the far side. Shot, goal! Nice patience shown there at the right side of the box by Wendell Albuquerque, getting his first Tropics goal of the 2020 fall campaign. And Florida now leads it 2-0. Very nice patience shown there by Albuquerque. Not like Winter Haven hasn't had some chances, though, here in the first 45, but the Tropics looking much sharper offensively here tonight than they did the week ago against Hurricane FC. Not that they didn't have some chances and dominate the possession time, but their chances tonight look crisper and better organized, as that last goal certainly demonstrated. Very calm and professional finish there by Albuquerque. So we are in the 45th minute now, getting ready to head to extra time, and it's 2-0 Tropics. Tropics will send it over the end line, maybe. Nope, going to stay in place, so Paris will give chase. Thought that one was going to head out of bounds, but staying straight along the sideline there. And that may be halftime. It is halftime. So a very entertaining first half, despite the conditions here in Auburndale tonight. The Tropics able to convert on a corner kick, and then Albuquerque gets his first late in the half, and that's where we are, 2-0. We'll step aside for a few minutes and regroup here at halftime as the Tropics and United meet in United Premier Soccer League action. Back in just a little bit. Back here just underway to start the second half in Auburndale, as the Tropics have a 2-0 lead over Winter Haven United, and we did confirm at halftime the goal scorer on that scramble in front of the Winter Haven United net was in fact Kaywin Duque. So Duque has his second of the season, and Winter Haven United is on the board just a minute into the half here. So the United with plenty of life. They had opportunities for sure in the first half and convert on their first good look here in the second. So it is now a 2-1 score, and the Tropics, if they thought perhaps this second half might be a little easier than the first, that's not going to be the case. Albuquerque right in front of us here now. Still rain falling. Albuquerque having the second of the Tropics goal in that first half. Although it has let up in intensity a little bit. Counter chance again here for the United. Ivo Diaz will head it over to Guilherme and back to Diaz. They were teammates on the indoor side as well a little bit. Diaz dressing for a handful of games last year for the Tropics after a very strong career at Southeastern is Albuquerque and a Winter Haven United player get tangled, and Albuquerque going to be called for the foul and a yellow card. Not not the worst idea for the referee to make sure he has control of things here in the second half. It was Joshua Ramos that tangled there with Albuquerque. United have come out with some real energy here in the second half. They have played the first 4 or 5 minutes of this half in the Tropics end of the field. Constant is back out there for Florida. It is a center mid spot, so center forward spot actually. So that's good to see. He was a little shaken up in that first half and went out for a bit, but is back and in action. Got one of the Winter Haven players now shaken up there by the far corner flag. That is the delay. Not surprisingly, been a fairly physical contest. Pretty much every team that steps onto the pitch against the Tropics, you know, are going to give their best effort. The Tropics looking for their 20th consecutive win. They have never lost in the UPSL, having just one full season under their belt last spring with that 18-0 mark. Now Antonio Jose Manfoot is coming into the game for the Tropics, his first appearance at home this year. Wears lucky number 13. So Manfoot in for the Tropics. He's an exciting addition to this outdoor roster. Did not play for the Tropics in their outdoor campaign of 2019, but here with them this fall. Still waiting to get the restart, and now we've got the whistle and throw in for Winter Haven United. Cleared out of there and brought right back in by Winter Haven, and that will go over the end line and be, looks like a corner kick for the United here. How the Tropics scored their first of the night. Always dangerous, especially with a wet field and a wet ball. Goaltenders have to be extra careful. Served towards the top of the box, and Antonio Manfoot will chase it down. He's tackled from behind. The referee says play on.
Where's Harry?
Tropics unable to maintain possession. And the Tropics player out there who I do not have a name for, but I believe it might be Diego Pantuza, number 19. So the Florida side and Coach Lucas Teixeira going deep onto the bench here tonight with his third or fourth sub now in the game. Arias, who got a yellow card in the first half. Nice long ball ahead of the field for Pantuza. Just guessing on that. Corey Mills with it. Is it taken away? Going to try and track it down here. We'll go over the sideline. Be a throw in for the Tropics. 2-1. Winter Haven on top. 54th minute now. Long way to go in this one. Bragging rights in Polk County on the line is Manfoot. He and Arias play a little back and forth. And it'll go back to Manfoot now. Leaves it for Duque. Back to Manfoot. Stays on his feet in the corner. Crosses in front. Little dummy ball through and never made it all the way over to Pantuza. Now here's Duque, and there's a good block. Duque will track down the rebound. Manfoot serves it towards goal. Headed out of there. It'll come right back to Manfoot, but it's intercepted by the United defensively. I think that may be Pascal Mien on the run here. It is. Monolaris can't take it away. Mien. There's a shot on goal. Blocked defensively. Nice play by Andrew Clare. All right, we've got clarification now. It's actually Mulberry's own Chandler Crawshaw, number 19, who is in. Seeing his second game is mini home matches. Started last Sunday in that rainout, and coming in tonight as an offensive substitute. He's a star high school player at Mulberry for the Panthers. Nice ball ahead to Duque. There's Crawshaw with it. Trying to get it far side to Victor Pereira, but out of play. How neat would it be to see Crawshaw make a mark here in this de facto Polk County Championship game. Our thanks, as always, to Tropics sponsors here tonight. Bond Clinic, presenting sponsor of Tropics Soccer. Recently opened their new Lakeland campus on South Edgewood Drive. You can get walk-in appointments anytime there. Also, sports rehabilitation, physical therapy, and more. Here's a great chance for the United as they come into the zone all alone in front. There's a shot, and what a defensive play by Andrew Clare. Game saver right there by Clare as he recovered and was able to get in front of that shot. Looked like all the world that Jeniston was going to make it a 2-2 game, and Clare came out of nowhere. That's the brother of indoor star Matt Clare, and Andrew, a star outdoors with the UPSL Tropics in his own right, was a key member of the defense last year for the Tropics. This time Navarrete able to cover that one up nicely. Here's Guilherme. Drew Ruggles also in the game now, so the Tropics have pretty much emptied the reserves. Ruggles in, Crawshaw, Manfoot. There's Crawshaw. Long ball in the box is going to be cleared over the end line. Good run by Corey Mills to force that play.
Hey, man. Oh, he got it. See, look at him. He's got it. Look at him go. He's getting it out. Oh.
The corner coming up here for Florida. Victor Pereira will, as usual, do the honors here. Tropics wouldn't mind another goalmouth scramble. There's the ball in front, headed out of there. Manfoot going to try and track it down, does. Volley back to the far post. Monolaris is there, but a little too tall for Leven Lucas. There's a chance for Crawshaw, and again, just a touch too high.
The smallest guy in the field you're going to give a hard time to.
Victor Pereira is trying to find the Mulberry Star there, back post, but unable to do it, as we have another injured United player down. Best offensive thrust by far for the Tropics since the second half began. Jawing still out there between a couple of the players. It's been, as we expected, a pretty intense game here tonight. As we mentioned, when you're looking for your 20th straight win, everybody is gunning for you. So we mentioned the Tropics will be home for a good portion of the month of October, basically the entire month. After this game here tonight against Winter Haven, they'll be home for 3 straight Sundays, starting Sunday, October 11th. All those kickoffs are 6 o'clock. It'll be Dragon City FC on the 11th. They're a new team out of Sarasota. Then the PSC Conquistadors, who the Tropics defeated over in Bradenton in their season opener 2-1. They will return the visit here on the 18th of October. And then Sporting Orlando will be in town on the 25th of October. And the Tropics will start hitting the road. They'll be in St. Petersburg to take on the Aztecs. The rematch, by the way, with Winter Haven United will come on a Saturday right before Thanksgiving, November 21st. That'll be at a site to be determined over in Winter Haven. Here's Drew Ruggles with it. Monolaris, who helped on that defensive play that Claire then cleared off the line at the last minute. Good play again by Monolaris, and Navarrete will clear. Manfoot will try and turn on the Jets, but it'll run out of room. Two to 1 Florida, 62nd minute now. Duque and Albuquerque getting the goals in the first half. Winter Haven with a solo goal here in the second minute of the half, as a matter of fact. They came out, maybe caught the Tropics a touch flat-footed. Ruggles. Our side to Guillerme. Good ball through to Crawshaw, who's dumped. It wasn't Crawshaw, beg your pardon. That was Victor Pereira. He wanted a whistle, did not get one. Nice little step-up play there by Claire. Easy to spot Drew Ruggles. Got the best hair in the UPSL as well. Has it in the MASL and takes that title here again tonight. Rain is as slack as it has been all evening. Still a light drizzle. It hasn't gone away totally, but certainly not nearly as heavy as it was at times in that first half. Intercept by Arias. Mills with it. Looks it ahead to Ruggles. Ruggles is a defender who does not mind joining the offensive thrust as well when the opportunity presents. Mills almost with a takeaway there. Guilherme with a nice attempt, but the United will keep possession. Not sure we've seen the last of the goals in this game, and perhaps potentially not the last of the fireworks either on the field. We'll see. It's been mostly an overall clean game. It's been tough at times and a bit physical, but not dirty by any stretch, at least that we've been able to determine. Mills will track it down on the far side, lead for Guilherme. Tropics tried to build forward here, can't do it, but they will regroup with Manolares on the back line. Over to Arias. He's got to be careful, as we said. He's got one of the yellow cards here tonight. Little nice ball ahead to Duque. Gets it through to Manfoot. Antonio Manfoot on the right side. Tries to make a cross in front. Finds Crawshaw with a shot, and that's just over the crossbar. Crawshaw bidding for his first as a Tropic, and that would have been big. Nice work on the quick counter by Florida. Good ball from Manfoot into the top of the box area. Crawshaw put it about, not more than a couple of feet over the top of the goal. Mills trying to catch up to that loose ball. Can't. Pereira sticks a leg in there, and Mills comes away with it. Leaves it now to Duque. Ruggles. Left side to Mills, top of the box, Duque, and he's shoved down. No whistle, and now a whistle. It was a little late in coming. And we'll see where that was on the field. We're down at field level, so we don't have very good perspective on in or out of the box. Looks like maybe just outside the top of the box, perhaps. See if Pereira will pull the trigger here. Very often does on these free kick opportunities, and this one isn't that far outside the top of the box. Guilherme there as well. We know he's got a big left foot. Always a chance that maybe Pereira could just lay one off to Guilherme real quick. Here's Pereira. Shot, go! Victor Pereira with a perfectly placed free kick into the top right corner of the net. And that's a big one in the 67th minute as Pereira with a perfect strike on the free kick from, couldn't have been probably more than about 20 yards out. And that's exactly why Pereira takes almost all of the free kicks and corner kicks that the Tropics get. So Florida has its 2-goal lead back. And if they go on to win this one here tonight, the men and women of the match may be the folks here at Lake Auburndale. We have had a surprisingly strong turnout despite the weather. Shame that the weather wasn't better because we could have a really nice crowd here tonight. But as it is, a much bigger crowd, frankly, than I was anticipating. So hats off to the soccer fans of Polk County for coming out and supporting these two UPSL sides in the rain in Auburndale. So Duque, Albuquerque, and Pereiras, the goal scorers for the Tropics. Second of the year for Pereiras. He got his first in that road win over the Conquistadors a couple of Sundays ago on a penalty kick. That was the goal that actually tied the game, and Duque got the winner later on just before intermission, and then both teams were scoreless in that second half. Nice run here for United, and finally broken up, and I think it was Claire again. Ball into the box. Monolaris will chug the other way and play it on the right side, rather Duque, and Manfoot briefly, and right back to Duque. He's going to reverse field here a little bit. Guillerme can't control it. Finally loses it over there, and Winter Haven with a counter chance. Ruggles going stride for stride. Cross in front, and Navarrete there to make sure nothing untoward happens with the wet ball. It is always a dangerous moment on nights like tonight. Mills with it. Mills. Can't control it, and the end will pick it up for the United. Don't discount Pascal being a big factor here in the final 20 minutes as we are in the 70th minute now. Manfoot will get it. Duque will push forward with it now. Gives it to Mills. Mills is going to settle things down and play it back down the defensive third to Guillerme. Pereiras and Guillerme do a little give and go. I'm going to say, if you didn't give the fans the Man of the Match award here tonight, and they certainly deserve it, Andrew Clare may be the guy. He made a brilliant defensive play when it was a 2-1 game. You put it all square at 2-2, and who knows where this one might head. Arias will chase this one down. Duque with it. Arias making a run from his defensive third. He and Manfoot with a little bit of a miscommunication there. That'll get better as the season progresses. The Tropics team looking much more dangerous tonight than they did last Sunday, and I think it's probably to be expected improvement week in and week out as they continue to practice and get back into game shape after a summer of living through the pandemic and not able to train together, and certainly not stay in as good a soccer shape as you would like. You can run and bike and lift weights and do all that stuff, but there's no substitute for getting out there on the pitch and really staying in good soccer shape. And that's something that the Tropics are still very much working towards, but already tonight look as though that they have taken a big step forward in that regard. Here's Arias. Mills trying to get it into the box. Again, heavy contact. Was Crawshaw who took the tumble there and will in fact draw the free kick. Drew Ruggles wanting something more than just a free kick perhaps there, but no yellow shown that I was aware of there. So let's see if Victor can work a little magic again here. 73rd minute now, 3-1 Florida.
Number 8 got the first goal. You'll see the money shots at the header.
There's Pereiras, goes to the back post. Was actually looking for Ruggles there. Unable to convert. Such a fun player to watch. Plays the game with great passion and enthusiasm and, of course, a ton of talent. Really special indoor player, to be certain. Tropics will be aiming for their 5th season in the MASL this winter at the RP Funding Center. We're picking up where they left off last year. Here's a chance, top of the box, and Duque was taken down. We mentioned the season coming to that abrupt end in early March, drawing the franchise's largest crowd in history, over 4,000 to the RP Funding Center for an 8-5 win over Sonora. Very entertaining team from Mexico that's part of the Major Arena Soccer League, although the 2 Mexican teams that play in the MASL, Sonora and Monterrey, have already announced that they will be sitting out the 2021 indoor season because of the pandemic restrictions and travel situations, so won't get a chance to see either one of those sides in this upcoming indoor season. They have not made an official determination on when they will start that. Did have a chance actually to run into Coach Clay Roberts last Friday and had a nice conversation with Coach. Of course, still working on the roster, getting some conversations together with possible players to bring in, and a great nucleus, of course, coming back with guys like Ruggles and Pereiras and Monaleras and Hugo Silva and Antonio Manfoot. Chad Vandergriff has been signed as a free agent, very good defensive player from the defending world champion Milwaukee Wave, so already a nice offseason addition, and probably be a couple more to come. But talking to Clay about what the expectation is for the season, he is hopeful, and the league is hopeful, that maybe January is the target date, and that they would still play a full season, a full 24-game schedule, but that, of course, subject to change. Commissioner Josh Schwab of the MASL actually releasing a statement Friday as well, just saying that he knows that everyone is anxious to get going again, and the league is working hard behind the scenes to get that all in place. So when those opportunities arise, there's a header to go! Pretty one by the Tropics. It may have been Monaleras. We'll see. No, it wasn't Monaleras. We'll catch the goal scorer here for you in a moment. Monaleras on the corners very often comes up. Maybe that was Duque with his second. Still haven't seen a number yet. He had the header on the corner in the first half, but regardless, it's now 4-1 Florida. So after putting up a very spirited effort here tonight, Winter Haven perhaps with too big a hill to climb here now with under 15 minutes to go. It was Duque with his second of the night. So Duque is now the team's leading scorer. He had the winner in the road opener. Of course, there were no goals scored in the postponed game last week, and 2 here tonight. Moving into the 78th minute. Dookie played his high school soccer up at Freedom High School in Orlando. Scored at almost a goal a game clip up there, so obviously some pretty good offensive talent there. Graduated from Freedom High School in 2018. Mills a little dummy ball through to Antonio Manfoot now. Right back to Corey. Fernando Marone, number 4, now also into the game for the Tropics. Not sure the Tropics have anybody left on their bench here tonight. Don't think we've seen Melvin Boateng. And he's actually out there now as well, so he's going to get some action here tonight. So I think that is officially everybody off the bench, except the backup goaltender, Jason Leone. Chance here for the United, and Navarrete with a big save. He's had a couple of big saves here tonight, to be certain. Winding things down here, Florida 4 and Winter Haven 1. Been a spirited game and a good effort by the Winter Haven United FC. Fall to 1-2 on the season, and the Tropics will, in fact, put their 20th win in the books.
Got the backpack.
Apparently that last shot was deflected by a Tropics player. So short corner there by the United. Another injury stoppage here. I don't know if that's Jennison. He's had a couple of chances here tonight. Maybe like a right leg injury of some sort.
I just went to press the be like on the top or somewhere else.
Looks like the injured player was with Dayut. It looked like a left leg injury, so hope for the best for Dayut here. 86th minute now. We'll probably have 3 or 4 minutes of stoppage time, I would guess. Kind of if you're the Tropics right now, the goal over the next 5 minutes or so is just stay healthy. No silly chances, no injuries. Got everybody into the game tonight, which is always a good thing. And of course, this Tropics bench, regardless of who starts, the depth is as good on the bench as it is on the field. And Guilherme has played a lot, came in for an injury situation in the first half. Crawshaw has played a good amount here in the second half, as has Manfoot and Drew Ruggles. Ruggles gets it ahead of the field to Manfoot. Waldo Vernay able to outrace Manfoot to that one. You can check out the upcoming schedule for both teams, the standings, and more on the UPSL page, upsl.com. Counterattack here for Florida. Crawshaw with it to Manfoot. Mills in the box. Looking for Manfoot. Manfoot dancing around. Into Drew Ruggles, and Ruggles with the left foot puts it high over the crossbar, not out of play. Drew a little unhappy with himself there. As we said, he likes to join that offensive thrust when he can, and he did right there and just missed. Of course, you get all the Tropics information updated regularly at fltropics.com, and also on Facebook, of course. Being very active in posting pictures and stories and information all through the week. Of course, Tropics Weekly is back. on Facebook, where I sit down with one of the Tropics players or coaches, and we take a look back and, more importantly, take a look ahead here in the fall of 2020 for the UPSL season, and eventually, of course, the MASL. Here's Melvin Boateng with it. Boateng moves in, takes the shot right on goal, and save made by Nathan Howell, who's, despite allowing 4 goals tonight, has played well. There's a shot, and Navarrete might have got a piece of that one on the short side. I think he did. 89th minute now. And apparently did not get a piece of Navarrete because he'll take the goal kick here. Duque with 2. Carreras with 1, and Albuquerque with 1 here tonight. Tropics will be back in action a week from tomorrow night here at Lake Myrtle. It's a 6 o'clock start. Games are free to get into. There is a parking charge of $10 for a single occupant vehicle and $20 for the whole carload. So pack up the van, pack up the RV, the VW bus. Saw one of those on Interstate 4 today, the old-fashioned kind. And if you show up in an AMC Gremlin, I will pay your parking fee myself. Not seen one of those on the road in many years. There's probably one out there.
Oh, yeah.
But not too many AMCs on the road anymore. What's the name of the AMC car that looked like a big bubble in the back? I can't remember, but you remember the Gremlin. Here's Manfoot. One last counter-attack here, possibly by Winter Haven United. Millen will charge down the left side. We're in stoppage time here. Did not see an indication of how much stoppage time we actually are going to have, but as I said, I'm going to guess maybe 4 or 5 minutes worth tops. Good intercept by Brown. Tropics retake though. This is Monolaris, the Mills. Manfoot's got Duque on the right side. Duque going to make a bid maybe for a hat trick. Nice through ball on the left side and taken down hard. No whistle on the play. So that cross shot was. Hopefully he's all right. He's still down. Foul at the midfield area. Cross shot up, but moving a little gingerly, but I think he's all right. He's got those good young bones, so he should recover quickly, but cross shot just missing on that nice cross. Waning minutes here at Lake Myrtle. Header in front, and Navarrete will cover up, and is that the final whistle or not? I guess not. Play on here for a couple more minutes. Mercifully, the rain has ended, and so has the game. That is the official end, and the Tropics, for a good-sized but rain-soaked crowd here at Lake Myrtle, win it by a final score of 4-1. Kaywin Duque with a couple of goals for the Tropics, leads the team now in 3 this year in 2 games completed. Victor Pereras and Wendell Albuquerque, the other goal scorers for the undefeated Florida Tropics, now 2-0, and they will share first place in the UPSL Southeast Conference Florida West Division with the St. Petersburg Aztecs, who are also 2-0. The Aztecs defeating Winter Haven last weekend 2-1. So we'll look forward to that showdown coming up in the coming weeks against St. Petersburg, and we'll have a rematch right before Thanksgiving in late November over in Winter Haven against the United, and we will look forward to that game as well. So the final here tonight from the Lake Myrtle Sports Complex in Auburndale, the Florida Tropics 4, and the Winter Haven United 1. We will talk to you a week from this Sunday, October 11th, a 6 o'clock start, next home game for the Florida Tropics. Until then, have a great week, everybody.